Morning, my name is Bruce Hampton. I'm going to be showing you through your Salem travel trailer. Right in the front is going to be your two 20-pound LP tanks. They are both filled, ready to go for you. So pretty much on this type of style of LP system, you can run one tank at a time, or you can run both tanks at the same time because it has a check valve inside here. So once they're empty, a lot of people will buy that little regulator that shows you, or little indicator that shows you how much fuel you have in it, or you can do it by weight. Just unloose it from right here, shut your valves off here first, then unscrew it from here, take the tanks off, go get them filled. And just when you're ready to go camping again, just turn them back on. Now you also got your 12-volt battery. It's going to be right here for you. Then you also have a battery disconnect, so when you put it in storage, you're not going to be using it as much. You want to shut that off that way it doesn't drain your battery down if you have no source of electricity hooked up to it. You also got a power tongue jack on the front of here. Got your little LED light underneath it so you can see at nighttime, and then up and down button's going to be right here for you. And then you also got all your tire pressure and everything else is going to be right here for you. 65 psi on this type of trailer. You always want to make sure you check the tire pressure and also check the lug nuts before you take off at any campsite or the house. A little bit of storage right here. You can store extra kids and stuff in there inside there if you need to, or no husbands, no wives, or anything else like that. You also got your stabilizer jacks on the bottom, so you want to make sure that your coach is level. And then you also want to have your T-handle twisted. That puts the tension on the yellow arm that keeps it from rocking back and forth. But when you retract those jacks, you want to make sure you unloosen that T-handle before you retract the jacks. A 3/4 inch socket will actually fit on here. That actually makes it a little bit easier to hand crank it out. Or you can put it in your drill and drill it up if you need to. So you got them in the front, and you also got them in the back as well. So you always want to make sure you stabilize the coach by those. Still want to crank those down on the block of wood. That way they're not sinking down in the mud. Now this is going to be this is how you dump your tanks on this type of unit. You want to make sure you got your sewer hose hooked up here. And then you hook it up here, and then you want to pull your black water valve first. Then you have your galley tank, and then you have your gray water tank here. So that way you clean the hose out off the gray side. And then when you have this valve open, you have a sewer flush right here for you. You want to make sure that you use a separate hose. Don't use the same drinking water hose. Make sure that black water valve is open when you're operating it. That way, when that valve is open and stuff, all that water you're putting inside the tank is actually not going to start coming out of the toilet. So once you're done, you just disconnect everything and leave your valves closed when you're operating. Then right here is going to be your 110 outlet, your plug. It's going to be a 30 amp service. A little blue light that's right here. It shows you have power coming off this cord inside your coach. So if you notice that you're not having any power, microwave's not working, come outside and make sure you got a good connection. And then to disconnect, you just unscrew it, twist, and unplug. And then right next to that, it's going to be your cable TV hookup, because you can't go camp without cable TV. And then you also got your satellite hookup's going to be right there for you. This is for at the campsite, they provide the cable TV. You also got your city water connection right there, so that's going to be your direct flow. So when you're at the campsite and stuff, you want to get yourself a drinking water hose and a pressure regulator that regulates the water pressure going into these coaches. And you also got the place to put that sewer hose is going to go on your rear bumper. You just pop this cap off right here. And then just put your sewer hose right inside there. So that way it's not rolling around in that front compartment. And then you also have a water heater. So this type of water heater is electric and gas. So if you're paying for electric at the campsite, you want to use it on the electric side. This is what that little switch is right down there. So if you're not going to be using it on the electric side, you can shut that switch off, and you also want to have that switch shut off too when you're going to winterize it. But being down in Florida, I don't think you're going to be seeing any ice or snow, but just in case if you have to, need to winterize it, you just release the pressure here, and then you want to pull this drain plug out here. That drains all that water out of your water heater. On the inside and stuff, there's going to be 2 valves right underneath that back bunk that shuts the water supply off to the hot water heater. So that way you don't run any antifreeze inside that water heater. You also got your spare tire on the back side of it. And you also got your option for your backup camera is going to be right there for you if you want to install the Furrion backup camera. And then you also got your 2 low point drains. It's going to go right down here. That way it drains all the water out of your whole water system. Because definitely if you're around the beach area and stuff, you're going to get a little bit of salty water with the water system out there. It might have some sand in it. So you want to drain that water system out every now and then. So you also got your rear door. You also got your keys for the rear door is going to be right here for you. So that way you can lock it up, and your bottom's going to be that deadbolt key. And then you got 2 sets. So you got the front set and you got the rear set. I'm going to put a little red dot on the back door keys so you know which ones that are separate. Then you also got your 751 keys to go to everything and lock up in your apartment doors. And then you also got your speakers, outdoor speakers. It does have the blue light on it. They only come on when you got your LED light on your awning turned on. And then you also have your option to bring a TV outside, watch TV if you need to. It's going to be right there for you. Right next to that's going to be your freshwater fill for your freshwater tank. And when you're doing that, you just take your hose, pour it right inside there, and start filling that tank up. Once that tank is full, you'll start seeing water come out. And then to drain that water out of that system, it's going to be right back here. Little white valve. Just pull that valve. That drains all the water out of it.
Don't wait, call today. QC Kinetics 463-235-7160. That's 463-235-7160.
Now they do make a screen that goes over top of this called a mud dauber screen. That way it keeps the wasp and everything else from getting in there building nests. It's a good investment to have, that way it doesn't tear up your furnace. Then you also got your outside spray port. So that way you can spray off the, let me get it for you. It's right up here. So this is going to be what they consider the outside shower. So it has a quick connect right here. So that's going to go inside this part right here. And just twist. And that way you can use it if your neighbor's getting too rowdy. You can spray them off if you need to. Also has different side settings, jet, shower, cone. You can use it to take an outside shower if you need to, but just remember, it's cold water. And then you got your outdoor beverage refrigerator. It does have temperature control right here for you, so you can crank it up all the way to 7, and it does have a place to put your ice cream sandwiches in there if you need to. The outdoor grill just pulls out. Has a quick connect on the back side of it. This part is going to hook up down there. Has a quick connector right there, just like an airline fitting. You hook it up, turn that valve on so you can get gas to your outdoor grill. To light this, just flip this over. Has a little self-igniter on it, so you can light everything if you need to. You also want to season these like an old iron skillet. So just season with cooking oil. Heat it up a little bit and keep it seasoned. It does have your little tray right here for you. You does have legs on it, just in case you want to take this off, put it on the outside table. And then other side, your storage is going to be right over here for you. We give you the 30 to the 15 amp adapter, so that way you can plug into a household plug. Then you got your adapter. It goes to your front jack. Just in case if that jack goes bad, right inside there for you to hand crank it up and down, just in case the motor goes bad on it. A lot of bigger side storage for you. That way, and you also got your all your hand cranks and everything's over there for you. Option for your solar charge panel is going to be right there for you. And then you also, on this, you have a dry erase service, so that way the kids can draw on there. And that pretty much does it on the outside, so we're going to step inside and show you everything on the inside. You got your screen that you separate. Go and keep the bugs out. And right inside the door, first, you got your awning control is going to be right here for you. So your awning runs off your 12-volt system. You always want to, if it gets too windy, you also want to crank that back in so it doesn't tear it up. You know, on both sides of the arms, you can pull each side of the arm down to adjustment for your the height. That way, if you got too much shade or not enough shade, you can pull that down. And then also, you got your slider and control right here for you. You always want to make sure you got enough room to roll them out. And then inside lights, it's right here for you. This is going to go for your LED light strips on your awning, water heater for the gas side, and then your water pump switches right here. Now if you're hooked up to city water connection, you don't need your water pump turned on. That's just only if you're dry camping. You also got your monitor panel, tells you everything that's in your tanks. Also tells you how much battery condition you have, how much water you got in your freshwater tank, how much is in your black water, your gray, and your galley, which is your kitchen sink. This little knob right here operates these fader on these lights. That way if you want to set the mood, light the fireplace, watch a good movie or something like that, you can do that. Then you got your TV hookup, it's going to be right here for you. So the bottom is going to be TV antenna. Once you shut that switch off, that goes to part cable. Then the top one's going to be your satellite hookup. 110 plugs right here. It is pre-wired for that Wi-Fi Ranger. So what that does is it's just a Wi-Fi booster. That way boost off the campsite Wi-Fi so you can watch Netflix shows and everything else like that. You also got your soundbar radio. You also have your HDMI, so you can hook up your Fire Stick to that if you want to watch Netflix shows or anything else like that. Also, if you're watching Netflix shows, make sure you shut the outside speaker off so everybody else in the campsite don't hear what you're playing. And it's got the volume control right here for you, and it's also Bluetooth. So hit your mode button right here, it goes to FM, auxiliary, TV, DVD, or Bluetooth. So you just sync up your Bluetooth smartphones and stuff, and that way you can listen to Pandora radio or anything else like that. Fireplace has a remote, it's in your packet. And then it has, you can set the color of the flame. And then you can also run your heat. Your heat comes out the front. That's strictly electric. So it will take the chill out of there. It will not heat the whole coach. And you got a place to put all your boots and stuff when you come walking in. And then right by the door is your fire escape, or your fire extinguisher, just in case the campfire gets out of control, or if you burn something on that barbecue grill. Then you also got your closet space. That way it does have a light on it. So you're going to be putting a lot of stuff in here and vice versa. And then light switch right here for the bedroom. And then you also got your fire escape window. Window's out on the hinge, or you can still use it as a vent if you need to. You also got your privacy curtains right here as well. USB port's going to be right here for all your cell phone chargers. And then 110 plug is going to be right inside the door. That way you can run your cord for your CPAP machines and vice versa. A lot of storage throughout. These are glass, so you want to be careful what you do put in there. You also got storage underneath your bed. That way you can get access to the outside compartment, or if you want to use this for extra storage. Same USB ports over there, plus you also got a closet space. It also has a TV backer for the TV, so that way you can install TVs if you need to. It's going to be right in this area right here. Same hookup for your coax and stuff's going to be right here as well. And then it also has the sprayer on here as well. That way you can clean off all your good dishes and stuff that you're going to be taking with you. You also got the books and manuals going to be right here for you. So if everything that I went through doesn't make any sense to it, just refer back to the books and manuals. If it still don't make any sense, start the campfire with the whole thing and just give us a call. That's what we're here for. You also got a lot of storage underneath here as well. A lot of storage up on top. Plus you got your 110 microwave. So when you're operating that, you do got your popcorn setting and everything for you. It does have the turntable on there, so just a little bit smaller microwave for what your household is. Light switch is going to be right here so you can see everything that you're burning. You also got a fan switch to circulate the air on the outside. And then you also got you always want to make sure you flip these up when you're cooking off of it. You don't want to use it as a cooktop. To light it, just flip this over to high. And then right next to this, get a little blue light that shows you how fancy it looks. Then you also got your little push button over here for the oven. Push that in. Same sparker that you spark the top is how you light the oven. Till you see that blue flame, then you just set your temperature. But you want to make sure everything's good and cooled off before you put this down, because this is glass and it will crack. And then your refrigerator runs off the 12-volt system. So that way if you're traveling down the road and you're running off the same battery, it's going to be operating your refrigerator going down the road. Got your temperature setting right here for you. It is already ice cold for you. And then you also got your bottom. That's the temperature control as well. Hit your set button. It goes up to 5 is going to be the coldest. To shut it down, hold this down for about 10 seconds. It'll shut everything down. That way you can put it in storage. And then all your main breakers and fuses and relay, or fuses, going to be right over here for you. Right next to each fuse is going to be a little red light that shows you when that fuse is popped. The two 40-amp fuses, one goes to the battery and one goes to the battery charger, which is built inside here. So if your battery's not charging, check these two 40-amp fuses. All your 110 breakers right here for you. If it's tripped, just come back over and reset it just like a household breaker. And then you got your another storage for you. Thermostat control for the roof AC and furnace. The bottom square is how you operate it. And then two up and down buttons going to be for the temperature control. You want to make sure you shut everything off before you take off, because you don't want it to be constantly running or have a good load on it when you plug in. Right below that's going to be your LP detector and CO2 detector. And then right over here is your 9-volt battery for your smoke detector. Gets its bunks. Nothing heavier than 350 pounds on the top bunk. And then on the light switches, you just push button light switch. USB port right there for the cell phone chargers. Another one on the bottom, plus it has another light. And then one good thing about this, when you take the bikes with you, you can store the bikes right inside there. And a little bit of storage underneath there as well for extra kids' belongings. The bathroom has a light switch right over here on the side, which you plug in right over there for you. And also on this type of toilet, do not use any household toilet paper. You want to use the RV toilet paper. Barely push down, that gets water inside the bowl. And then to flush it, push it all the way down. And then right above that's going to be exhaust vent fan, just in case it does get too bad in here. And then have a little switch right here on the side to circulate the air. The shower and stuff's pretty self-explanatory. I'm personally not going to get in there to show you how to use the shower, but it does have the on and off switch right here for you so you can conserve water. Good water pressure coming off that water pump. You can hear that water pump run on and off, so you know you got good pressure. And then, of course, just push in and release it. And you also got your back door, you can lock that down for your deadbolt. Show you how to do the, this just pops. Yeah, these pop up here. And then this, this just goes this way. So you can make this into a bed. So when you got extra guests and stuff coming over. This is all Velcro. So you can put this in the middle. Those other two, you can just put those in the middle as well. And then you can switch this over to make this into bigger size dinette. See where those holders are right there? You just take that and set it on the back side of here. That way you make it to a dinette. If not, you can make it to a lounge area this way. There's storage underneath here as well. Little totes and stuff. You also got storage underneath that hide-a-bed as well. Which is not really technically a hide-a-bed. It's just a pull-down bed. Just lift up from the bottom, just like that. That pretty much does it. If you have any questions, you can give us a call anytime. And if you have any questions about this video, just let us know. Thank you.